All right, I want to make sure that I can be heard. Guys, this is my first time doing this, so bear with me as I get this stuff set up. Let's see. There's also a pretty big delay, and I don't know if that'll be the best thing for this. So let's see, can we fix this? All right, we're live. We're doing this thing. Fix this. So let's dive into. Actually, I gotta send this to my brother real quick. Hold on, guys. I gotta take you back. Boom. Gotta take you back here for a second. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to actually analyzing. Let's see what we got for this upcoming week. We'll go through a couple of things that I think are going to be really important. What's this thing called? Hold on. Oh, you guys can't see this. Whoops. Here we go. Now you can see it. Now we're here. Now we are live doing the thing. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to. Let's pull up earnings stuff for a second. Let's see what we got for this upcoming week. We'll go through a couple of things that I think is going to be really good for us to know as we move into the week. So here we go. We've got. So this is not for futures. This is going to be just for the week. So what you can look at if you're trading stocks, then here's all of the earnings that are happening before and after market hours, which are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. We've got a full week this week. There are no news happening on Monday. So let's see what happens on Monday. On Tuesday, we've got. Oh wait, where's our? We got nothing on Tuesday. Is this week? Oh no, this is not this week. Let's go today. Let's go next week. Here we go. Sorry guys. All right. So Monday 26th, we've got nothing. Tuesday, we've got nothing. Wednesday, we've got crude oil. Thursday, GDP and core PCE. And Friday, we've got nothing. So not a lot of news happening this week. Now, on Wednesday, we do have NVIDIA earnings. And this one is going to be interesting. I don't know how much it's going to... I mean, it's a big boy. So I'm expecting something to happen with NVIDIA. Are they going to... I don't know if they're going to beat earnings this time around. I think they've done so well, but I don't know. Anything could happen, right? So, yeah. So nothing. No news Monday. No news on Tuesday. Wednesday, we've got crude oil. Thursday, GDP, core PCE. Year over year, month over month. And that is about it for earnings and news for this upcoming week. Now, what do we see this week? Let's go for this. Oh my gosh, this thing is so slow. For this week, we saw, or at least past week, so we got week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the past, almost 2 months, this is what we saw. We saw all the way down of almost trying to take out this level. But this is what we've been seeing. So now we're on a rally up in the last 3 weeks. Okay, let's go to the daily for a second. This is NQ. If we go to ES, let's clear out all these drawings. Similar stuff, right? So we got some similar things happening with ES. If we look, ES, we've actually moved right into what this fair value gap would be here. And we're kind of figuring out, like, what do we want to do? Do we want to hit new all-time highs here? Or is this a place where we are looking to come back lower? I think we already took out this high right here, which is pretty important on ES. Right, so we already swept that high. I think we might make a move down towards this fair value gap, which is what I've been looking for. And I wouldn't say looking for, but I've been expecting something because we had this crazy move up, right? I want to see us come back down. If it's not to this fair value gap to continue higher, this, then I would look for us to come back into this fair value gap before moving up higher. That would be a healthy way to go a little bit higher. But if we go back to the monthly, this is where things get a little bit interesting. So I know we're like, this is a huge time frame. We don't really care about it. But if we're looking for so with this range, and this was 21, with this whole range, this move up, we moved back into 50% of this range, right? So then we created this range from here to here. Then this is 50% of that range. So here is a possibility. So here's something that I would be looking out for. Now this is long ways out, right? But we got to keep this in mind. This is the overall sort of direction that we might want to take, and this is 50% of this move. Then we have sort of this retracement here. 50% of that move is going to be around here. And I see this. So we've got 2 points that we could see us coming into. Now we did come back in and get really close to that. So I don't know. I would love to see sort of a retracement down either to this or this point before moving higher. But again, anything can happen. So just keeping that in mind. This is something that I kind of looked at a while back, and I was like, maybe, just maybe, we could do something like that, right? So we haven't taken out these weekly lows here. So this is some liquidity down here, and on And then we've got this resting right up here. So within this full range here. Now we did meet 50% of this range right in here. So we already went past, and this is a healthy. So we went back and like tested this fair value gap here in order to move up. So, which is great. Okay. So I'm not worried about this right here. I am looking at this. What is happening in price right now? And this is what we have. ES swept this high right here, right? So we've got a low, high, lower low, lower high. Then we've got our lower low here. And then we came up and swept this. And for NQ, we swept this as well. Where are you? There you go. We swept that. And we have liquidity there. And then some liquidity right up here. Maybe we'll take out this high before doing some sort of a retracement. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just run all of these at the same time, right? And when doing all of this, when like looking at the market, just the whole thing is figuring out like what is the probability of this, of it, just running through all of these liquidity points, right? All of this buy side liquidity. What are the chances? And our goal is to stack these chances in our favor. So let's go. Now that we have that, now that we know we've swept this daily buy side liquidity point here, right? Now we have nothing else here. We pretty much closed these gaps here. And that's, yeah. So we've swept this. And we've got this full run up. Let's just kind of set the table for what I want to see. I want to see us at least pull into consequent encroachment of this fair value gap here. So what is that? What could that look like? You know, we open up higher. So something like that. Or we have structure to the downside. Then we have manipulation right inside of this fair value gap before continuing higher. If we don't have this, then we could be looking at something maybe midpoint of this whole run, which, as I mentioned, it is at this fair value gap right here. So because there is so much strength in this run, I think we're gonna see us do something like this and take out all of this liquidity afterwards before moving back down, right? So that's what I'm looking for, and this is on the daily time frame. If we go back to ES, we're really close to this. So let's say we sweep all-time highs on ES, and then on NQ we sweep this point. Then we're gonna create a huge SMT, and this SMT is another probable like location where we can look to enter short if it comes down. So like I would like to see ES take the higher highs. Let's see if we can pull ES here. All right, I've got a bunch of stuff in this chart, so let me get rid of it for a second. What is this? Remove drawings. All right. So if ES takes this high here, right? If ES takes this high, we could move into this fair value gap here on NQ. and look for an entry model to the downside. So once we get in here, I'd like to see us create sort of this inverse model, inverse market maker model to sell. Sell where? Possibly to this or this fair value gap if we don't keep running up higher. If you look at ES, let's measure ES here. We'll go to this point here. If we look at ES, look at where that midpoint of this whole range is. It's right at this fair value gap. So we've got both of these lining up on ES and on NQ, right? So if, let's just say NQ doesn't move down to this fair value gap, but takes out this high, right? This Monday or Tuesday or whatever. And then ES takes out the all-time high. We could be looking into, just like I said, just looking for a model in here to go down. Is that going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. Monday and Tuesday, I'm not expecting too much with price. So Monday and Tuesday, I'm really just gonna use them to look for trades with small size. I'm not gonna go in with my normal size on contracts. I'm probably gonna go with a couple micro NQ contracts and sort of use that for market replay, but like live market replay. Not this replay here, because I don't know, it's just so different. Anyways, so we have this range. We could very well see us do something like this, right? And come up here and take these highs, whatever. Anyways, that's not how it would look like. It would look different, but you get the idea. Boom, 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 take these highs. From here, then I would be looking for a model around the top of this area. So like looking for a model where we can enter in short. So now that we know what is happening, what has happened in the past, in the week, and this is on the daily chart here. Now we can kind of start to see, all right, maybe it'll do this or maybe it'll do that, and just have that in the back of our mind. So when we're actually trading, we're not blindsided by why market moving a certain direction. We know why it could move, and we know why it maybe didn't move, right? So I'm really interested to see, like I said, ES take out these highs here, NQ moving into this fair value gap, creating an SMT on the highs. This would be key, because then this SMT, if once it's created and if it's inside this fair value gap, then I would actually kind of want to look for us to go even lower, right? So take out these lows, and then figure out where we want to go from here, right? Maybe like mid halfway point of this run here, or what have you. But that's going to be really interesting to see. Because if you guys remember, we had a pretty similar SMT up here right before making this huge move, just like dumping these past few weeks. And that was kind of key to notice. At the time, I wasn't really paying attention to it. And truth be told, I'm still learning all of this. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what does this look like? How can I trade the market? How can I not grasp the market, but try to understand a little bit more of stacking probabilities in my favor, right? Oh, you guys, I should have I try to show my face here. Let's see if I can do it. Hold on. Okay. What's this thing called? Boom. Here we go. Oh. Yep, here it is. Unlock it, dude. What is this? Here we go. Lock camera. Nope. Boom. Here I am. I'm gonna make myself small. Anyways, So we had this, oops. Yeah, so we had this sort of, that's what I want to see. Like, this is making this computer so slow. Let's just say we open high, we come down low, we don't take any of these lows here, you know, and then we just like something crazy happens and boom, and then we get in here and we start to, you know, do something like this, then boom, boom, change of structure, then an entry point, and then maybe this is next week or something. I don't know. But at the same time, ES could, you know, oh, no, what are you doing? ES could follow a very similar pattern here, where it like just does its thing. But at the same time, guys, I'm going to turn off this camera because it's really slow. Like, it's making this whole thing super slow. I do have a bunch of different things going on at the same time, so that could be it. Anyways, ES could do something like this, right? So then this would be really interesting because we would have created this SMT up here and then SMT right up here. And if we have this entry model, ooh, that is going to be interesting. So something to keep in mind, something to look at, just something that I've been like just kind of eyeballing to see if that's what we do. So ES already took this point here and Q has not. So there's an SMT here already. So we already have one SMT here. ES just opened. I mean, the market just opened. So let's we'll keep an eye on it in just a second. We'll look at it. Goodness, get my camera out of the way. So there we have an SMT right now. Right here. Boom. Nope, didn't do it. Yeah, we did. All right. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Move the camera back over here. Let me... Yeah, get rid of that there. All right, I'm just moving around some windows so I can see everything a little bit better, and hopefully my computer runs just a little bit smoother. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so this is the daily, right? Again, this is going to take a while to, if we do form some of this stuff. My first target is going to be this fair value gap right here. We took out this right here. This buy side liquidity right up here. And so I want to see us react to this either to the downside or keep going to the rest of these or all-time high on ES. This is on the daily. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. We're nowhere close to that. We are close to this, so I'll leave that right now. SMT is valid right now. Let me change some of this stuff because I will be using it. All right, so there's our high time frame. Let's go to 4 hour. 4 hour, if you guys remember Friday, that was wild. We had this massive, just all day. Just massive selling. Which, if you caught it, let me know. Because it was kind of, there were some pretty good entries there. It was crazy, but it was like there was some entries. All right. Just organizing some of this. So here we go. Now this is another thing I wanted to see. Are we going to create an SMT, a 4-hour SMT here? Right? Because if we have ES taking out these, this liquidity right here, we have ES. If ES can take this and we create an SMT, that could also be really interesting. But with no news on Monday, no news on Tuesday, who knows? Maybe there won't be much movement, or we can expect just a slow sort of market structure happening, not something crazy. Although I want to see some crazy moves when that happens. So looking for an SMT there. We pretty much invalidated this fair value gap here on ES, and right now we are still holding on NQ for the 4 hours. So we've got conflicting PD arrays, one being one holding and the other one just completely getting ran through. So, and I say completely, I mean, we did close above. If this closes above, then yeah, this is invalidated. But again, it's like, all right, is this SMT? So then this gives me a little bit more confidence on just entering on this SMT here, right? All right, 2 hour. What do we do in the 2 hour? Actually, even in the 4 hour, here's what we did not do. So we came down, right? We took like we sold, but we didn't take out these lows here, and they're relative equal lows there. Not here, but we still didn't take out any of these lows. So we're still generating some of this low liquidity here, right there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 points that we haven't taken out. And so again, this gives me some more confidence that we could be looking to sell and just run through all of these, all of this low liquidity here. Because once we run into it, look at what we have. We have a fair value gap. Once we run into that, then we could be looking for entries to take out either all-time highs on ES or that one high that we marked on NQ. So this, I don't know, but this looks like a snack to me, right? So if I'm over here, if I'm price action, I wanna take this snack right here. Boom. Easy. And you have this huge fair value gap. Like, did we say that was a daily? Yeah, we have that daily fair value gap. Like, this looks tasty to me. So that's what I want to look at. And just a quick disclaimer, I do trade NQ more than I do ES. And this microphone just feels really tall. All right, maybe that's better. There we go. Oh. All right, yeah, that's better. So I do trade NQ more than I do ES, and I find myself, I don't know, it moves faster. I enjoy it a lot more. I don't think I've taken a few trades on ES, but I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. Anyways, all right, so we were here at the 2 hour. That's what we want to see. Then on, again, here we go. Are we going to create this SMT? Let's go down to our 30-minute. What are we looking at? Boom. There's one high, and this is relative equal highs right here. Are we going to take these highs? I think ES is definitely going to take them. I don't think NQ is going to take these highs, right? Unless it just grinds up. It's like a slow grind, but we'll see. All right, so that's what we've got. This means nothing as far, like, this was just a whole bunch of nothing here. just like we had, where was this? Right here on Wednesday. Just a bunch of nothing. So this was kind of tough to trade in here. But I did, like, there was something, I think there was something here that I looked at, and I think I got a really nice run after all of this nonsense happened. All right, let's go to the 15 minute. Actually, let's keep an eye on this now. I'll end the stream in a little bit. I just wanted to give you my what I saw and what I want to see for this week. But again, Monday and Tuesday, I don't see much happening with that. I don't see us doing a lot of movement after all of this nonsense. So let's go down to our 5 minute, and let's look at where we opened for a minute. So this was this is it right here. So we closed here. We opened here. Can I just get like a regular, just like a white line? Yeah, let's go for it. Boom. Boom. This is our daily. This is our weekly opening gap. It's going to be important. These levels are going to be sensitive to price. Do we have something similar here? I don't think we do. I think we actually have. Guys, I'm telling you, this computer is dragging right now. Okay, so yep, we have a different opening. So we actually on ES we opened lower. On NQ we opened higher. And there's our weekly opening gap there. This is going to be again important. And I'm telling you, like, look, this is gonna go for this point right here. ES is gonna take it out. NQ is probably gonna form an SMT here. We have an SMT here already on the 5 minute. So we're getting a bunch of bearish SMTs. And that's, again, it's giving me more confidence that we could be looking to go lower soon. I want to, if we can, this is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for this right here. If we can get a nice SMT here, then I'm going to be looking for an entry. So once we sweep these 2 points, or at least that 1 point there, sweep that, I'm looking for an entry, right? And again, because we have no news, because it looks like this week is going to be a little bit slow, unless I missed something, let me know if I did. I don't think we're going to have a lot of movement when in the futures market. I think just not going full size with your entries and keeping your stop as tight as possible. One thing I want to practice, and something that I want to do is try to scale into some of these trades. So that's what I'm going to be practicing that this week, right? Because I know that the market could be pretty slow. I'm going to jump in and, okay, 2 micro NQ contracts, and then see if I can scale in, add 1 more and just start there and start scaling to kind of get the comfortable with that. As I mentioned, like, this is not something that I've been doing for a long time, but it's something that I've truly enjoyed. And this is like, I feel like I've spent so much time just learning it, and as much time as I've spent on this, I really enjoy it. Like, this is, I truly enjoy this. I enjoy not knowing where things are going to go, and finding probability of trying to stack probability in my favor. So that's what I'm looking for now. That's the plan for this week. Again. And I have it right up here. So this is just so I can look at it all of the time. High time frame point of interest. Do we have that? Yes. Where is that point of interest? Well, we have two, right? The first one for me is going to be taking out this liquidity right here, right? On the 30-minute, boom, taking all of that. On the 4-hour, I want to see us take out this on ES. So high, like, but this is going to be, you know, maybe midweek or something like that. Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday we could see that. But for now, like when I say high time frame, I'm talking about like, okay, if you are trading during the day, if you're intraday trading, and you're not swinging any of this stuff, then look for anything on the 1 hour, 30 minutes, you know, whatever you're approaching. So right now we know we're approaching this right here, this level of liquidity. Let me mark that out. We're approaching this right here. Liquidity. Let me take these out because we already know that they're there. And we have these two stacked right here. So we could come up here and just like take this, and this at the same time while ES moves to those all-time highs. You know, again, it's like, okay, there's a confirmation. If ES takes these highs and we don't take them, or if we just take this one high here, but we don't take this other one, then for me, that's more confirmation that we could be heading down to this daily fair value gap before continuing, or even just heading to this fair value gap, just ranging, and then creating a, you know, manipulating before going back down to this next fair value gap, which would be right here. So as you remember, this is the 50% of that huge move that we've been having for the last, what was it, 2-3 weeks up. And so we had this here, right? Do you remember? Everybody remembers this. So we had this, and then we had, boom, manipulation back up. If we look at this manipulation leg, what is happening here? Did I just up to, let's do this. Let's reverse this. Boom. If we look at this, look at where 1.5 standard deviations takes us to this high. Look at where 2 takes us to this high. Right? 4, I think it doesn't take us to that, like, no, it doesn't. What? No, it doesn't. Okay. Anyways, so 1.5, 2, and that's where we're at right now. So I want to see us react off of this 1.5 and 2. So between these two, before, you know, moving back down a little bit and then going back up. These are just, again, stacking odds in my favor, but always looking for ways that the market could go against me. So I'm not always just trying to like stack things in my favor and dismissing the things that are, you know, are going to play opposite of me. So the market could definitely keep going up. And how, so which one was that? We talked about it. If we are looking to move up, ES and NQ are going to take out all of these highs here, right? And ES is probably going to look for this all-time high while NQ is not. Because, guys, NQ is just, it is so far. I do not see us taking both highs. I do think that NQ is going to make an SMT. Now, you're saying, well, you're already like you're looking for that. You're going to try to make that happen. Well, if it doesn't happen, great. But I know that I'm going to take an entry if that does happen, right? And if I get stopped out, then I get stopped out. As long as I take my entry and as long as I'm happy with the way that I took my entry and my analysis, I will be okay if it just runs right through it, right? Because as long as I'm confident and as long as I see certain things, right? So I'm not going to just take the trade if I see an SMT. We have this fair value gap. If the SMT happens inside of this fair value gap, you better believe I'm going to take a trade and I'm going to be looking to short. That's my goal. If it doesn't, right? So let's just say we run right through it. We come back in and we're trying to, we create a market maker model to buy. Then I'm going to be looking for an entry for long to take out these highs. It's all about probability. It's all about just stacking things in your favor and not necessarily just looking for a trade just because, right? So, you know, I could have just, as soon as the market opened, I could have been like, oh, let's just take a trade. Let's just go in, boom, right now. And honestly, I used to do that. That used to be me. I used to just, all right, market's open, let's take a trade. All right, market's open, let's take a trade. It's like an addict. But now after looking at price action, after looking at like, okay, what can price do? How can it move? Then I'm looking at all of these little things. So like, look right here. We ran through this fair value gap. Where is it? We're not even close. Anyways, we ran through this fair value gap. This little one here, and then this one right here. Yeah, so we opened higher. Now we're going higher. So this got disrespected on ES. This right here got disrespected on ES. We're not even there on NQ, which would be right here, but we're still respecting, which I think this is 50% of this whole range. No, that's not 50%. I think that's like 30 or 25 maybe. So I think ICT calls this optimal entry. So this could be optimal entry. Could I be looking to take a trade short here? Yes. Why? If here's the how and here's the why. If ES takes out this point of liquidity right here, this one right here, right? If it takes it and we're in this fair value gap, I'm going to be looking to take a short. Take a short where? Probably to the next PD array. Right now, I would take partials right here. So I would go, okay, boom, a short into this PD array here. So this is a nice, what is this? Look at that, 288 ticks. That's, I don't even know how many points, but whatever. Like I said, I'm still trying to get the hang of this, but this is a nice scalp to that that fair value gap. Let's just say we break through that fair value gap, create some more fair value gaps. I could look to scale in, bring my stop loss, and that's what I want to do. And that's what I'm trying to do for this week is how can I start to scale into some of these trades, right? And that's what I want to practice for this week. Not necessarily I'm going to, make up a whole bunch of money. No, I want to be disciplined enough to understand, okay, this is what the market's wanting to do. This is what it's telling me. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to follow it. I'm not trying to force it. I'm just trying to follow it. I'm trying to I'm trying to follow what the market is telling me to do. And all I'm doing is like, yeah, sure. I'm not trying to tell it what to do because truth be told, we can't tell the market what to do. It's going to do what it wants to do when it wants to do it. And you and I have no control over that. All right. So, sorry guys, with this fair value gap, we could be looking to, remember that this opening gap is sensitive. So there is a PD array right there, this weekly opening gap. And that's important because this is a weekly opening gap. A daily one, sure, it's great, but when it comes down to the weekly, people are gonna see this. It's like a huge pimple on your forehead when you're walking around, right? That's what that is, and we want to be able to identify these areas and these levels to say, okay, how sensitive is price gonna be to this? 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 And don't try to like combine them all together. I'm trying to talk to myself here. Like the reason 100%, I'm going to be so honest with you. The reason I'm doing this live stream is so that I don't fall into these traps. I'm tired of it. I don't want to fall into these traps. right? And if I can say it out loud, I can, okay, Aaron, like, don't be so stupid. You got this. You can do this. This is forming right in front of your face. But how many of you guys have done this where you know what's happening, you can see it clear as day, and all of a sudden you try to force it, like you're like, no, I see it, but no. That's me. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, that's me. And what I want to do is create a little bit more discipline by hearing what I'm saying, by understanding, okay, this is why it could go there, this is why it could go down here, this is why it could go up there, where are my points of interest, all of that stuff. And just learn. If you can learn from this, awesome. If you're like, man, this is ridiculous, I've learned absolutely nothing, that's fine too. I'm not really here to, as much as I love to help people, I still have a lot of learning to do on my own, and I will understand, but I do think I've put in enough time to where I can start to develop my own strategies and figure out, okay, this is why price could go here. And you can ask, my wife, she, anytime I'm here working, I have a chart pulled up, and it's at first it was obsessive, but now it's to see what's price doing at specific times, specific moments, specific areas. How is price reacting? Like, I'm just trying to get the screen time on the charts. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm trying to do. And then this up here, this reminder, this high HTF POI, high time frame point of interest, then or do we have a sweep? Then do we have a market structure shift? Is there a setup? Did we manipulate? Is there a confirmation? And do we have an entry? So let me show you what that could look like. For let's go to the 1 minute, and this is obviously hindsight. So, but let's see if I can find a clear. Guys, this is going so slow. Okay. Yeah, this is so slow. This is a good one here. This is pretty clean. So we have, oops. We came up, right? Swept this. We swept that. Initially, this is a high time frame sweep there. All right. Then we created a point of interest here. Basically our setup, like, is this our confirmation move for a market structure shift? But we didn't, so we created new, we swept that again, right here, boom. Then this becomes our confirmation to the downside, because this was our manipulation move, right? So sweep, then with sweep of that high time frame sweep, which becomes manipulation, point of interest here. Then we break, right? This is our confirmation for a turtle soup here on this model, and this is on the 15 minutes. So we could probably see it again in like the 5 minute or 1 minute, but just showing you what I'm looking for. Then we have and this doesn't always happen. It's never this clean. Like, this is the only one that I saw from all of that. And you saw, like, this happened like a couple of weeks ago. Anyways, fair value gap. We have our entry. Then we have 1.5 to 2 standard deviations. We have this fair value gap here, and then we have this point here. I don't know that I would have looked for this. I'm always looking for anything between 2 and 1.5. And if I don't know, then I just put it at 1.5 and that's it, right? Or below specific points where I know that price has reacted before. So price, you can see it reacted around here. So what I'll do is I'll just put it right below, and that's it. And this would have been a beautiful entry. Again, I know this is hindsight, but let's just say we get in like boom right here. Put our stop loss up here. Take 1.5. Oh. Wow, what a bad trade. 1.6. Yeah, maybe don't get in down here, right? Maybe try to get in like right here. Then that's a nice trade. But this is on the 15-minute. I don't think I've ever gotten in on a 15-minute time frame. I will typically try to get in on a 1 minute. So here is what does all of this mean? This is a market maker model. So this is the buy side, and then I'm looking for a sell side of the market maker model. Did we take these? Like, no, we didn't take them. We got really close, but we didn't take them. We didn't take them. Boom, right? So, and we're just generating liquidity here on a higher time frame. But if we go, let's go back in here. Let's go to the 1 minute. Where are we? Oh, guys, this thing just took us. I'm not gonna show you. This thing just definitely took us to the beginning, and it's gonna take forever to get here. So, anyways, that's what I'm looking for on specific sweeps or high time frame point of interest. Let's just see, where did this happen? This happened right here, inside this opening gap down of like, I think this was a weekly opening right here. This was an important level, and look at how many times that level just like it reacted to that. 1, 2, 3, 4 before doing its thing, right? And you can see another market maker model here. This is a sell side, high point of interest here. Then we've got, these are probably just like swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing. This is a low. Maybe we formed an SMT here. Let's see, auto fit, bro. Did we form? No SMT. Wait, no SMT here. Yeah, no SMT, but we take market structure shift right here. Boom. But it just keeps running. So then we can wait. Figure out, so we can enter here, put our stop loss here, but that's pretty large. I would want to see us come down a little bit lower. I didn't get in here because I was hoping to see us get right inside of this fair value gap. Then I would have had a little bit more conviction that, hey, we're going up, because this was a huge sell and it was fast. So I didn't catch this. It didn't move right into this fair value gap, and it took off, and the rest is history. Boom. It just kept ripping for the last few days. And now we are here. And that's it, guys. So if you, again, this is the first time I've done this. If you enjoyed this, let me know. Let's see how this reacts. Look at this thing. This thing is, oh, buddy. It is in. Did it react to that point? It sure did. Now we're inside of it. Okay, just for giggles, let's see that ES. What did we say we're looking for? We were looking. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll say okay. We said we want to see ES take out this high, right? Because it's generated all of this, all of these lows for right now. We have a weekly opening gap here. We have a fair value gap here. and we want to see ES take those highs, or sorry, I'm just looking. And that's the thing, it's like, just look, don't try to catch, like, it's Sunday too, so I wouldn't try to catch any of this stuff. But if something presents itself, go for it. Let's see. Let's see if something gets made here, right? On the 30-second, like just so that you can see what I'm talking about. So now they're both inside of the weekly gaps. Are they going to run it and then head down to this fair value gap? Boom, fair value gap. All right, we're in fair value gap here. So this got ran, this is getting respected. And these are the things that I'm just like, I'm just watching, I'm just observing. Like, I'm not trying to catch this. But look, we have fair value, we're respecting this fair value gap. Again, what if we took out these relative equal lows, we took out this, we took out this, we haven't taken this out. So we're still creating these, this is just noise right here, these lows. So, but we're creating low, low, right? This was not a low. I wouldn't consider that a low for this or this. Then this feels more like a low to me, right? And then again, generating some, this is buy side. Yeah, buy side. Or sorry, it's I get confused if which one's sell side, buy side, whatever. Anyways, we're generating liquidity down here. 1, 2, 3. The way that I would look for this to go against what I'm looking at right now, which is I want to see us take out these highs for ES, right? And create an SMT. That's what I want to see. The only way that changes, and I have to be ready to just kind of like switch mentally, it would be if we take out this low here and this low here, right? And at that point, I'll be looking for us to pull back and target this low. But then what happens when we do that? Most likely at that point, we're already looking to hunt for all of this lows. So that's what we're like, just be prepared. Anything can happen. Yeah, anything can happen at this point. So we're holding this fair value gap now. We basically created a new low or a higher low for this. So now what am I looking, what would I look for here? Now I know this is, times and stuff, and like, oh yeah, you should look at, you got to make your entries at a specific time. Yeah, that's awesome. And I agree. I think some of these entries can happen at a specific time, but if you can find the right model and it presents itself to you and it's clear as day, then I would just say, hey, maybe take that model. Like, you don't have to wait for specific things. All right, for example, right here, yeah, see, there's no volume either. And I know volume's not a thing, whatever with these concepts. I did start out learning and understanding the market with support, resistance, and key levels and stuff like that, and really just trying to understand and to see how I was just really trying to figure out, like, why is the market going here? And those didn't help me, right? And they might help people, and I've seen people be super profitable with them, but for me, just answering the question of, not answering, but getting a little bit more answer of why it moved there has been very helpful to me. So like right here, well, okay, why did the market stop here on NQ? Well, let's see. Let's go to the 5 minute for a second. And this computer is so slow right now. I need to figure this out. Next live stream, I'm going to make sure that I'm actually going to clean out all the crap on my computer. I have so many files on my desktop. I'm going to clean it out and make sure that we get all of those. All right, so why did NQ move down here? So I don't know. People will say, okay, well there's a breaker block here. That's one, but why did it run this fair value gap? Well, maybe because ES didn't run it. You know, it's just like, these are the questions that I'm asking myself. And if I'm right or wrong, who cares? It's my goal is to try to see price action and just ask questions. If I can continue to ask questions about price action, then, you know, maybe I'll never stop learning. And that's what I want. I want to continue to learn and get better at these things. And because I do believe in this. I really do. It's really hard. And if you're doing this, you know it's really hard. Okay, so here we go. We have another fair value gap here. I would probably consider, let's see, do we have a 5 minute? No, we don't have a 5 minute. Do we have a 4 minute? Nope. But you can see that we do have a 4 minute fair value gap. Nope, no 2 minute. Do you have a 1 minute? Sort of. I don't, yeah, I mean, I guess we do. Will we go there? Maybe. Maybe not. If I want to see price go up here, I don't think we'll go here. Right? We've already created these three lows. Now ES could come down here and create a low and that whatever, but ultimately still the plan would be come up here unless it runs this and this. Then we're looking for lower liquidity there. All right, let's see here. Or maybe we could do this. Ready? We could go 15-second, and this is just short term, right? Like the lower the time frame that you're in, you're not looking for these huge runs. You're just looking for entries and then confirmation, and like, so basically confirmation in of the next, you know, time frame. So if it's like, all right, we're on the 30 seconds, or sorry, we're in the 5 minute, and we don't see any structure because it is a little bit harder to see structure in the 5 minute. Then I'm like, all right, cool. Well, let me see if there's structure in the 1 minute to confirm what I see in the 5 minute, right? So my 5 minute bias right now is going to be, all right, we haven't ran these lows, and we just ran through all of this. Can we get back into this weekly opening gap, right? Or this fair value gap. So like I would look for a structure here. And honestly, I wouldn't even look for this fair value gap because we're in that fair value gap on ES. So I would actually look for, can we get back to this, the weekly opening high and low, right, from here. But I need to see structure. Right now I can't see any of that. So I would go to, all right, well, let's see. Do we have anything on the 4? No. Do we have anything on the 2? No. Do we have anything on the 1? No, not really. Let's look at the 30 second. All right, starting to see a little, you can see it a little bit better. So you got low, high, right? Low, high, low, or sorry, relative equal lows. And then you have a low here. This, are we going to manipulate here and maybe like touch this fair value gap on ES before moving higher? Right? So like wick, boom. And that becomes our manipulation, market structure shift. Then we look for an entry to take what? Maybe something like this high here, right? Or maybe, like we said, into this fair value gap. It has to make sense too. We can't just expect it to, you know, do stuff like this, especially in a Sunday. This is just pre-market stuff, guys. Like, I'm not looking for, again, I'm not looking for anything, but if something is given to me, then I will take it. Bias is going to be running that this point of liquidity. That is it. That is my bias, right? And I'm looking at ES and NQ just because they move similar. They're similar in the way they move. They're not. Boom, there's our manipulation move. Now, do we come back up and break structure from this? And these are just questions I'm asking. It's like, all right, well, maybe we don't. Maybe we continue lower. ES is still holding above this low for a second. This is on the 15 second, but this is just like this. It didn't catch me by surprise. Again, I don't know everything. Price is gonna move however it wants, but if I can stack things in my favor, then that to me. I don't know. It just feels good, right? Like stacking things in your favor, even if they don't go. Like, I don't know. It just, that's what I like. I think that's what I really like about ICT concepts is it answers a lot of the whys for me, not for everybody, right? So I know there's people that don't agree with it and whatever, but I think it's finding the right thing that helps you, and if you can find success in it, then do it. You know, if ICT concepts are not for you, I get it. It's a lot. And I've listened to him too, and I'm just like, all right. There's things where I don't get. I really don't, but whatever. You know, it just helps me to answer the why. So all right, we'll end this live stream here shortly. Just to recap, let's go back to the 1 hour. To recap all of this, we opened. Our weekly opening is, our weekly open high is here. Weekly open low is here on ES. They're super close together. I don't remember why. See, I don't know why I put these fair value gaps here again. Oh, I do remember these. Yeah, so we ran through this fair value gap, which we could be seeing. All right, weekly. All right, here's the update. Sorry. I want to see us take this high from Thursday on ES. Even if we take out this high that was created on Friday on NQ, as long as we don't take out this high on NQ, and if we create an SMT here, then I'm looking for shorts. Shorts where? I'm looking for shorts into this fair value gap here. I want to, if we can create that SMT at this fair value gap, that gives me more confirmation that we could be going shorter. And at that point, I'm not looking for a full turtle soup. I'm actually just looking for market structure shift. That becomes my entry point because that SMT would become my manipulation point. And that just confirms, okay, cool. We want to go lower. Great. If we don't go lower, awesome. As long as I manage and put my stop loss at a good place, then I'll be good. Once we get in here, then we can reassess and figure out, okay, now what do we want to do? Did we create more structure on going down? So did we create some more liquidity, or was it just a straight shot down, right? Like, these are the things that are going to determine, okay, are we going to go down to this midpoint of this whole range here at that fair value gap that we saw earlier? Or do we want to just hit this, create a new model, and then go higher at that point, go higher to take out these all-time highs on ES, and possibly when we do that, we move into this fair value gap here on NQ and look for another model. So just looking and observing to see if a model presents itself. That's what I'll be looking at for this week. And that is it. I'm going to, okay, don't hold me to this. I'm going to do my best. I want to try to start live streaming some of these pre-market sessions. If you have questions or if you want to see anything and you're like, I just want to get around people that are open-minded. Like I said, I'm still learning all of this. I'm still fairly new to it, but I do believe that if I don't do this, I'm not going to hold myself accountable. And that's what I want to do. Host a place where we can hold each other accountable. You can hold me accountable and maybe see things that I don't see and say, hey man, like that's not going to work because there is this here or there's that there. Again, we have so many eyes on the market, but only one, if it's just us kind of thinking by ourselves, then yeah, it's easy to get lost. But if we have multiple people just like, hey, this is what I see, this is what could happen, then I could say, oh, I totally missed that. You're 100% correct. So I'm also doing this for my siblings. I do think that this is a place that they can find financial freedom. I think they can find a lot of success in this. And if they can do it quickly and kind of, I'm not going to say learn from me, but I've already put in so many hours in this. And if I can just give them that back, that'll make me really happy. Okay, so guys, look, fair value gap is holding. SMT right here, and this is on the 30 seconds. So we have a 30-second SMT. I'm not expecting a crazy move up. I'm expecting this SMT is just like, oh, cool. This is what the market is doing. I need to take that information, consider it. We could get market structure shift here in the 30-second. So let me just point this out to you, right? We just hit a fair value gap. Technically, we are in a fair value gap doing all of this. So I would try my hand at an entry here. For example, well, I wouldn't do NQ right now, but let's just say I have this here. So let's just say this is my obvious high. Wait, what do we do? What do we do here? Wait, is this an SMT? I think this is relative equal lows. I mean, this kind of SMT. This is where it's like, how probable is this versus not, right? So let's just say we consider that as an SMT. That just means, okay, it's a low probable SMT. It's not really an SMT because it's not opposing what this is doing. It's like midpoint opposing or midway opposing. Hold on, I'm getting a call here. Hold on, guys. All right, I'm gonna get why isn't this working? Yeah. All right, let me get cause I'm using my phone as a camera. Give me a second. Let me take this off. So I can grab my phone for a second. All right, I'm going to get off at 7, but I wanted to see if we can get even like just an entry here. At least get in with one MNQ and see if it plays out. Like that's what I want to see, right? All right, let's see. Okay. So why wouldn't I enter it on this fair value gap? Because there's no model created for me. There is an SMT, which technically this could be a manipulation move, right? So if we have an SMT, I'll be like, all right, cool. This is a smart money. This is a manipulation move. There's our break of structure, whatever. So let's just say, okay, cool. We broke structure there. What else did we do? We haven't swept a high time frame, right? But did we have a high time frame PD array? And that would be this fair value gap, right? So we go to our 5 minute. There's no 5 minute fair value gap, is there? What do we look at there? Was there 15? Nope. Guys, this is why I mark stuff, and I need to know, like, okay, was it in the 1 minute? It was in the 1 minute. Okay, so high time frame to this, again, low probability. But I'm gonna see, let's just see what happens, right? So we are in this high time frame sort of fair value gap though. So like I would count, are we? 4 minute. Yeah, like a 4 minute. And why wouldn't I want to see us come back all the way up here? Because it's a low time frame. It's a Sunday. It's low probability. But okay, so let's just say right here we are on a high time frame. Now, this, I don't like this. Like there's no, like, look, this didn't get swept. This got swept. This didn't get swept. So it doesn't make sense. As soon as it sweeps, then sure. But this hasn't done anything. It's just flopping around, like doing nothing. Anyways, I don't think I'm gonna do anything with this. So that's that for pre-market. Just again, that was our bias. We looked at what we wanted to see. We saw these past few weeks, we've been just running to the upside. There has to be some sort of pullback, which some might say, hey, we did get a pullback here. This is a nice retracement. It is. But this retracement didn't take out any lows. It actually just created a low. This could have been sort of a low. We took those out, but we haven't taken these out. We created lows. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 lows, relative equal lows here, higher low, a lower low. So I want to see us take out these lows. We haven't really retraced. Look at all of these lows that we haven't taken out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All of these lows that have just been kind of in play, at some point they're going to be taken out. At least this upper range needs to be sort of corrected, right? And could it go higher? Absolutely. Could it go lower? Yep. And that's why we have a bias. Let's just create a bias for things. All right. That is it for today. Thanks for joining. If you did, if you're watching later, let me know if there is something that I missed or something that you want to see. But that will be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon.